Hey everyone, welcome to the Mobile User Acquisition Show. In the Mobile User Acquisition Show, we talk about how to use mobile user acquisition strategies to grow your app quickly and capital efficiently. The Mobile User Acquisition Show is presented by me, Shamant Rao, mobile growth leader and founder and CEO of the mobile growth consulting firm Rocketship HQ. Each episode includes strategies, tips, and pointers from the leading edge of mobile user acquisition that you can use to unlock tremendous growth for your app in a sustainable and capital efficient manner.
5 reasons why Facebook's automated app ads AAA are not ready for prime time yet. Facebook recently made its automated app ads, that's AAA, available for all advertisers as a part of its broader push towards having greater automation drive advertising performance. As of this point of time, we've seen a number of challenges with AAA, due to which we don't recommend doubling down on AAA, and we'll speak about what that means. In today's episode, we will talk about what AAA is, how it works, and some of the key challenges with using it that we are seeing. Let's start with what AAA is and how it works. Facebook's automated app ads, or AAA, is a type of dynamic creative optimization, which you may be familiar with. AAA lets you provide 50 different creatives, that could be videos or images, and allows you to automatically test combinations of these creatives to theoretically deliver the best performance. That, of course, is in addition with 5 copy variants just as well. Again, in theory, that's a faster testing path. It's a quicker path to performance. In practice, of course, the reality can be more tricky. It can certainly be different. So with AAA, you're hands-off not only around creators, but also around placement and demographic optimization. All you do is pick the App Store, which is iTunes or Google Play. You pick the language and you pick the optimization goal for your campaign. You run only a single campaign, a single ad set, and a single dynamic creative ad that can have 50 creators and up to 5 ad copy variants. Now, to contextualize this, even prior to AAA, Facebook had increasingly promoted what it calls liquidity. You can actually look up some of the white papers that they have produced about liquidity and why they do recommend it. So what liquidity means is that Facebook has recommended removing as many targeting parameters as possible. These could be gender, these could be placements, this could be age, this could be interests. And Facebook has recommended letting its machine learning attain the most reach and perform optimally to hit your performance goals. So the structure of AAA is understandable as to why it is architected in this manner. Now, as I've said, it's not ideal. It doesn't always perform the best. Here are some of the key challenges with AAA. In theory, AAA should allow marketers to be hands-off and let the algorithms deliver performance. The key problems with this are some of these. Number 1, AAA depends on Facebook reported metrics and not necessarily the true metrics or the true lifetime value of your users. So AAA or Facebook's SDK doesn't know or see the true value of your users. You see the CPA or value reported in Facebook. That's directionally right, but not always precise. And that is also within a certain attribution window. It's not tied to your lifetime value. Similarly, if you want to target users preferentially, let's just say you're a dating app that wants to target only women, or if you know that users 18 to 24 are the most valuable, you can't do it with AAA because it automatically picks all users over 13. Number 2 is that AAA's learning phase is very risky. AAA, like all machine learning systems, has a training period or a learning phase that you have very little visibility over. Will AAA work if you give it a lot of time? You don't know until you spend a lot of money. What makes this riskier still is that it is not easy to keep AAA as a test campaign as a part of your overall campaign mix. That's because you can only run one campaign or ad set at a time for a given operating system, country, language, and optimization goal. And Facebook's documentation says if your automated app ads campaigns and your usual app install campaigns have an overlap in delivering to the same audience, machine learning may prevent automated app ads from achieving the best performance. What this means is that if you wanted to test a portion of your US traffic, let's just say on AAA, you would have to run a split test with a non-AAA campaign, which has its own problems and issues, which we discussed elsewhere in the podcast that you can check out via the link in the transcript. Plus, let's just say if you decide to go all in on AAA, you have one single campaign, all your budgets are concentrated in that. You cannot run, let's just say, 5 different AAA campaigns in parallel to offset your risk and just see which one performs best. Right? So you need to have a lot of conviction in what you're going in on with AAA to make it work. Number 3 is that AAA's opacity does not let you see or diagnose performance issues. Because AAA is opaque, that can be a huge challenge. You don't see which of your 50 creators are doing well. While you have some performance metrics, you don't see, for instance, the cost per unique purchase, cost per unique registration for each creator. You also don't see creator performance via the Facebook API or within your MMPs. So if you look at your MMP report, you just see one single AAA ad with its performance aggregated and not performance broken down by individual creators. Number 4 is related to the previous 2 points. It is hard to reverse declines with AAA. We've seen AAA do well in patches. The problem is that once it declines, it's hard to pinpoint how you're going to reverse it. Which of your 50 creators caused a decline? What placement caused the decline? What type of users caused the decline? You don't know. You just don't know where to intervene. And you just don't know if you just need to continue to let the machine learning do its thing because that's going to cost you money. In fact, one developer we know initially saw wild success with AAA, and they even provided a case study for Facebook on how well AAA performed for them. And then they found out that performance dropped massively afterwards and never truly recovered. Number 5 is that user exclusion is imperfect just now. According to Facebook's documentation, automated app ads uses a 90-day exclusion window, meaning if a user has opened the app in the last 90 days, they will not be eligible to receive an ad from that app. That's what Facebook's documentation says. In practice, unfortunately, it doesn't work nearly as well. We've seen users from within the last 90 days get targeted by AAA, and this has had significant performance implications for quite a few apps that we've had a chance to see. So AAA isn't perfect. It could be the herald of a big new future that's much more automated, but it's not there yet. So what should you do as a marketer? Well, as I've said, despite the issues, we've seen pockets of performance with AAA, and it's certainly possible that the really smart folks at Facebook will figure out how to make it work. So we do recommend continuing to test AAA, just not doubling down on it or going big on it at this point of time. So if you want to test AAA, this is what we do recommend. Number 1, test it on non-core geos. Don't put all your budgets into AAA without proving it out. Test it in one of the smaller countries to see how it performs. And that also lets you gain experience with it without necessarily going all in. So you're ready when it is ready to work. Number 2 is test it on app install campaigns that are more signal rich than, say, purchase or value campaigns. Or certainly if you can afford the budgets to have purchase campaigns be signal rich and test on AAA, by all means, go for it. But the reasoning here is that the machine learning algorithm requires a lot of signal to succeed. And the more signal you provide AAA, the better it performs. So we have found typically that, let's just say, app install campaigns that typically have more conversion events than purchase optimized campaigns tend to do well. just because they're just more installs for the machine learning algo to optimize off of. That's something we do recommend, at least while testing and starting out. Number 3 is to run split tests before doing broader rollouts. Again, this is a path recommended by Facebook just as well. And the language clearly suggests that AAA is not necessarily for everyone, right? If they're saying, oh, prove it out before it goes, before you roll it out, it just means they don't have a lot of conviction in whether it's going to work for you or not. Split tests have their own issues, but this is certainly a path to de-risking your AAA testing. In summary, AAA is definitely a promising addition to your arsenal as a marketer. And it's definitely something you should continue testing. You should continue keeping a part of your mix, even though it isn't ready for prime time at this point, even though we don't recommend doubling down on it just yet. I hope this helps. Thank you.
For more tips, pointers, and strategies from the leading edge of mobile user acquisition, subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, or check out our blog, rocketship.hq.com/blog.